Yo guys, this is Reinhardt and this is gonna be a vlog. It's gonna be a vlog shit. VLOVE. That's how I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him VLOVE. I like you, Reinhardt, but where's the love button? So this is gonna be a VLOVE. And today I'm going to be talking about the verse is a big thing, the big thing that I actually made a blog about. A lot of people on Anook actually liked it, and it's going to be about the meta system of the game and how much actually easy it is if you actually know what to prioritize in your meta system. But before that, I'm gonna have a few announcements. So my Russian DK is 85 level. I was thinking of leveling another DK on Horde US, but I quickly changed my mind after leveling 1 DK on Russian server because it was goddamn miserable. I spent the whole day last night getting from, I would say, what, like 80 to 85, and shit was boring as hell. It's unbelievable, actually. It's irritating to guts to level. You know what? Whenever I get bored of World of Warcraft and I think how PvP is stupid and all that shit, I just need to level my character. Well, just knock me right back into the actual awesome good atmosphere. But anyway, I have a question for you guys, and the question in terms of actually a survey. It's gonna be in the description below. The question is actually very easy. What should I do next? I have a problem deciding. What should I pick? Should I possibly play 3 DKs and just focus on DK in general? DK has always been my main, and you guys probably should know it already by now, watching my channel. Should I focus DK, 2 DKs and a lock and play my lock next season, or should I focus playing 2 DKs and a Shadow Priest? Or should I have no life and focus on 2 DKs and the mage? Get mage to 2200 and then make a video how facial stupid the class is. You are gonna like try to actually, you're gonna be not the main convincing factor or what should I do or not, but somebody's at the door. My dog's animals scratch at the door all the time when I do vlogs. It's fucking weird. Nothing I can do about it. But you guys are gonna be a main deciding factor. What actually should I do? Take a peek and actually let me make a decision, but it will definitely help my decision. My fucking cat is scratching into my door. What the hell? Seriously. Meow. 1 sec. I'm gonna let him in. What the hell? He's freaking fat too. Now, he's not just fat, he's freakishly fat. Stjopa. Come here, buddy. There he is. You see this, guys? Like, look at this. Here, come on. Purring. Okay, so this is a vlog with a cat, my friends. Cool. What's up, dude? Seriously. Meow. Dude, his voice is the most annoying too. It's like meow, 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 meow. You see? He's not you're vocalizing here right now, but yeah. Like, we usually when he's like trying to ask for food, I'm like, just shut up, man. I'll give you some food, just please, for the love of God, shut up, dude, shut up. This is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good vlog. Holy shit. Okay, so I'll pick a decision. Now I was thinking of actually creating a guild or my own RBG team, but I got a few really good offers from a couple of really good RBGs and players, and I decided to go with them. And well, it's gonna be fun. They beat a couple of really good top teams. They showed me some screenshots. So they were interviewing me, I was interviewing them. It looks like it was a pretty decent fit. Especially they said that there's no good Alliance RBG DKs out there. So at the high ratings, so they decided to give me a shot. And good. But the thing is, the way they heard about me was actually not my DK, but was my Shadow Priest. They actually RBG'd with my Shadow Priest. They liked my Shadow Priest, and they're like, okay, well, you have a decay and it's your main, and you want to say that you're way better at your decay than your Shadow Priest. I'm like, yep. Like, okay, we'll actually give it a try. They are 24,000-2,500 this season. Pre-MMR exploitation. So that's about it. That's about it for the vlog stuff. Now let's on to the main thing. The meta system, the meta game is a lot simpler than you actually think. And I'm being a mathematics nerd, and you know that I'm a mathematics nerd. And if you don't know that I'm a mathematics nerd, then here's a little simple for you. I always got a C, almost D in Russia grammar literature, but I was the best in my school in mathematics. Am I talking about the best? I'm talking about the fucking best. I'm talking about unbelievably fucking best. I actually graduated from high school when I was 16 years old. I skipped 2 grades, and in 16 years old, I was top 5th in my country for an entrance exam for mathematics. It was mathematics, physics, and Russian. And when you combine all those 3 top scores, you get your final score, and then government decides what the fuck to do with you. For me, it was either go to army or go to college. Be a dumb kid, be a smart kid. Be a dumb kid, be a smart kid. So, but it's usually at 18 years old. But at 16 years old, I'm entering the college and was number 5th. But the funny thing is, on physics results and mathematics results, I was number 1. Actually, on mathematics I was number 2. On physics I was number 1. But overall, I was number 5 because I scored 34 out of 36 problems for mathematics, correct? 31 out of 35 for physics. Those were mathematics was the second highest. Physics was the highest with the 2 other kids, and then the last one was 10 out of 36 for Russian, like grammar and literature. Because I fucking hate that shit, unbelievably. So in 16 years old, I was in the college chilling my ass off. Government would actually pay me scholarships to study. That's where my actually big, huge gaming addiction broke through, because I fucking fell in love with the video games to the biggest extent back then. So anyway, why we're sidetracking the whole fucking time? What the hell is all this hair? Fucking cat. Seriously, dude. You're like killing my mojo here. It fucking kills me, man. Okay, so why am I talking about this? Because mathematics is the essential thing of all the World of Warcraft in my eyes. The funniest thing is what I find in there is that how they actually rightfully write song, especially as Unholy Decay. It's actually very easy to track it down. Now let me give you some perspective here, really quick. The game is all about mathematics. There's a healing per second, and then there's a DPS per second. If you're dueling a healer, then there's a healing per second, and then there's a DPS per second. And if your DPS per second is higher than healing per second, you're gonna croak him up. If his healing per second is higher than your DPS per second, damage per second, then actually he is gonna survive very easy. Now the question is, Reinhardt, what about those crowd controls on the healer? But here's the funny thing, is those are actually to reduce the healing per second. Now what about the somebody dying in a CC? That's not really attributed into healing per second. But oh no, yes it does. Why? Because it's the healing per second that it lowered at the specific period of time that was necessary enough to actually get the kill. What about using your defenses? Well, using your defenses is actually, ironically, is reducing damage per second on yourself, so that healing per second can get you back up. So the thing is, the way I usually like to look at it, it's the scale. It's a scale between the DPS and the healer, and it's always done like that. But of course, there's a few factors like a mana, and if you're playing like with a double healer decay, then there's something a little bit differently there going on. But when it comes to double DPS and the healer, the main thing is the biggest thing there is the scale, I would say. Now, I also read a blog by VLOVE, And I really like the one thing when he said, and I completely agree with it. Even if your DPS exceeds by 5% healing per second, you're gonna watch the entire enemy team croak, crumble. They're gonna start panicking, and this is where you actually build up on that, and you get more and more offense. And it's kind of like a positive feedback mechanism where it's like you go once, it gets a little like a radiation. You go twice, it gets more and more, and the more you go, the more it is, and at the very end you're getting the kill. Here's the funny thing is, have you ever noticed that most of the time the teams that are always offensive usually actually win? Another funny thing is, the team actually, for teams sometimes to go defensives, the best way to do is to go actually offensives, force the other enemy team go defensives, because it's all about healing per second and actually breaching that threshold. Now, ironically, my cousin now is closing the door, so the other character can actually ask its way back in. Glorious. Now, here's the funny other thing is, some other thing is that I want to get your attention is, the reason why I'm saying it is because everybody needs to know their priorities straight, as a healing, as a DPS, everything. What irritates me the most is the Holy Paladin running in with a fucking hunch and then eating a 30 seconds of crowd control. Here's the funny part is, his main role is healing per second. So what happens is he's maybe at some point in time reducing enemies healing per second to like from 100 to 0 for like 6 seconds with one hunch, but he sacrificed his own team's healing per second in return for the whole 30 seconds, and that is shit is pissing me off. Another thing that pisses me off is a lot of people who like to do pretty stuff, or a lot of people who don't like to do pretty stuff, and it's very controversial. The thing is, I was playing with 1DK, and he's like a gladiator DK last season. Couldn't hit 2.2k this season, fucking dumbass. And he does all this pretty stuff, man, like very, very pretty stuff, like incredibly pretty stuff. He would like chain of eyes, he would do this, do that. Actually, no, I'm sorry, my bad, he's not gladiator, he's like 23 or 2400, I'm not sure, but he had a hard time hitting 2.2k this season. He would be doing everything at the ideal spectrum of DK is supposed to do, like chain of eyes a specific target, chain of eyes the other melee off of you, grip them off, try to steal something, try to focus. A lot of stuff that even a gladiator level DKs don't do. And it was really pretty to watch. But the thing is, it was fucking pointless, because at the end of the match I did about 40 to 50% more damage than him. And even though and he raged at me too. It was funny. He raged at me saying how much shit that I can do just damage spam. And the funny thing is, the damage carries. Here's the funny thing is, you're ready for it? If you're spending a lot of time to do some pretty shit, but at the cost of your DPS, and the cost is very substantial, then it might not be warranted the cost. The other thing is that, I'll give you a really quick example. For example, waiting for 4 or 5 seconds to get a focus mind freeze off, you'll get it, but you're missing on that damage. So rhetorically, it actually becomes very simple for you to kind of like a math scale. If you want to do a pretty stuff, please go ahead and do it, but is it gonna cost too much of your personal damage? It's gonna cost too much of your personal healing, and if it's gonna cost too more of your personal damage or more of your personal healing than the outcome, then why do it? Simply don't. That's why the Unholy DK has to multi-dot, is to spread pressure, is to fulfill his role of a huge damage dealer, especially for a DKs, because we don't have a lot of CCs. Then the only thing we have to rely on is punching people really fucking hard, and that is the main role. That is the meta system of the game. Is for some classes, they are every DPS is associated with a healing per second on the other side of the room. Why people hate rogues or mages is not mainly because their damage is the most amazing, even though Nether Tempest Iceland spamming mage damage is fucking overpowered in my opinion, but regardless of that, why people hate the rogues, or why people hate the mages, or why people even hate the pharaohs, or now this season warriors, is because it's not because of their hugely amazingly sustained damage. Damage is nice. The thing is their ability to reduce the enemy's healing per second. Why DKs suck, even though they have a most amazing damage, is because they don't have a lot of ways to reduce healing per second. And even though the DK's damage it could be higher than the warriors over here, the effectively DK's reducing healing per second maybe still gonna be above the team's DPS, while the warrior, even though his damage is here, they can reduce the healing per second by a lot of greater amount for the other DPS to actually be above and get the kill. So why people hate the Hunter's crowd control? That's basically it. That's a meta system of the game. It's either you control and you reduce a lot of healing per second, or you do a lot of damage and you reduce a lot of healing per second. And if you can do and you can manage to do both at the same time, and the more frequently you can manage doing both at the same time, this is where you're gonna flourish the most in arena settings. So that is the core meta system of the game. I hope it kind of helped you. I hope it kind of made some sense into you, because everything is mathematics. Everything. The amount of damage you do is, and if nothing is dying, is equals to the amount of healing done on the enemy's team. As soon as you're breaking their threshold, they start croaking. If you're interested more to reading about this, there's a blog. We're gonna be first link in the comments below. So other than that, guys, thanks for watching my shit. Oh, actually, give me a second link. Please vote. What should I do? Should I play Shadow Priest? Should I play Warlock? Maybe Mage, or maybe a 3D case. It's gonna be a poll code survey on the bottom. Please make your decisions and let me know what you think. What should I be focusing next? Because I'm right now at the culprit of not sure what to do. So I love my DK to death. I'm gonna tell you that one thing. So 2DK is gonna be playing one Russian, one US. That's for damn sure. Okay, guys, thanks everybody for watching this vlog, and my cat. And до свидания, my friends.